Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Lois hires Saturday Night Live's Sarah Sherman as dialect coach. Does she really want to ditch her Brooklyn accent? General Hospital, GH, spoilers reveal Lois Cirillo, Rena Sofer, will hire Saturday Night Live comedian Sarah Sherman for a guest role as a dialect coach. Sarah won't be playing herself, but a language theorist who is a tutor for the stars. Robin Lynch is described as fun and spirited. She will also teach Lois proper etiquette. It will undoubtedly bring some much-needed levity, as the soap has been rather maudlin and dreary lately, with Christina Corinthos Davis's Kate Muncy, Baby's death and Sam McCall's Kelly Monaco shockingly being killed off the show. The best part is that Sarah, who we see tease and taunt Weekend Update's Colin Jost on Saturday nights, is a huge GH fan. It's a dream come true for the hysterical comedian, who was thrilled when she was asked to play a guest part. "I had the best time of my life, and I couldn't believe I got to act in a scene with Tracy Quartermain, played by Jane Elliott," Sherman exclaimed. "I was so nervous about flubbing my lines because I was surrounded by pros who memorize like 1,000,000,000 pages of dialogue a day. Also, I met Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, so I can die happy." Lois was recently belittled on the Home and Heart show. It started when one of the makeup people shamelessly gossiped with another employee on set. She said that Lois's thick Brooklyn accent gave her a headache, and she couldn't listen to it without wanting an ibuprofen. Of course, we all felt terrible when someone called Home and Heart and made fun of Lois for her accent. So rude. But Lois handled it like a pro, with Haven de Havilland's Morgan Fairchild help. Lois did her job as she kicked butt and sold the product. Even Tracy had to hand it to her. Of course, we all felt terrible when someone called Home and Heart and made fun of Lois for her accent. So rude. But Lois handled it like a pro, with Haven de Havilland's Morgan Fairchild help. Lois did her job as she kicked butt and sold the product. Even Tracy had to hand it to her. It was lovely of the typically cruel and shrewd TV host to give Lois such great on-air support. But it was disheartening to see Lois so concerned about whether her accent makes her seem low-class. "Not everyone likes the violin," he said when she asked him about her accent. The storyline reminds people to be tolerant of those who are different, whether that means their appearance or accent. We must respect others even if we don't like something about them. We hope Lois never loses the part of herself that makes her so charming and fun to watch. There's no one on the soaps like Lois, and we hope it stays that way. In the world of General Hospital, change is a constant force. New characters, new storylines, and unexpected twists keep fans on their toes. Recently, viewers have been buzzing with excitement and curiosity about one particular change on the horizon. Lois Cirillo, the beloved Brooklyn-born firecracker, has been exploring a new chapter in her life. But what has really got fans talking is the surprising decision Lois made: hiring Saturday Night Live's Sarah Sherman as her dialect coach. Could this mean that Lois is looking to shed her iconic Brooklyn accent? And what does this shift say about the character's future? Lois Cirillo, a character with roots as deep as Brooklyn. Lois Cirillo, played by the talented Rena Sofer, is as much a part of Brooklyn as the Brooklyn Bridge itself. Since her debut on General Hospital in the 1990s, Lois has captivated fans with her sharp wit, unfiltered humor, and most notably, her thick Brooklyn accent. The way she says coffee and talk has become as much a part of her character as her fiery personality. That accent represents Lois' roots, her upbringing, and her pride in being a Cirillo from Bensonhurst. Lois' return to Port Charles has rekindled nostalgia among longtime fans. But her decision to seek out a dialect coach has raised eyebrows. Does Lois really want to ditch her Brooklyn accent? Why now after all these years? Could this be a sign that Lois is looking to reinvent herself in some way? Enter Sarah Sherman, comedic genius and dialect coach. Sarah Sherman, known for her eccentric comedy and unique style on Saturday Night Live, is an unlikely yet fascinating choice for Lois's dialect coach. Sherman is not known for her linguistic expertise, but rather for her bold, irreverent humor and her ability to take on quirky characters. The idea that Sherman would be guiding Lois through the process of altering her speech patterns is, frankly, comedic gold. Behind the scenes, sources say that Sherman and Sofer hit it off immediately. The two share a similar sense of humor and approach to their craft. But while Sherman is known for her wild and wacky characters, could she actually be the key to helping Lois undergo a serious transformation? Or is this just a fun, tongue-in-cheek storyline designed to give viewers a few laughs? The real question: why would Lois want to change? The bigger question looming over the storyline is why Lois would want to lose her Brooklyn accent in the first place. Throughout her time in Port Charles, Lois' accent has been a point of pride, a reminder of her heritage and the strong bonds she has with her family. So why now, after decades of embracing her Brooklyn roots, would she want to change? Some speculate that Lois's desire to shed her accent is symbolic of a larger transformation. Since her return to Port Charles, Lois has been reflecting on her past choices, both in her personal life and her career. As a woman who's always been unapologetically herself, perhaps she's now facing a moment of reinvention. Maybe this is about more than just the way she talks. Maybe it's about who she wants to be moving forward. Lois has always been a woman of many talents: entrepreneur, music manager, and fiercely protective mother. But the world has changed since she first left Bensonhurst, and perhaps Lois is realizing that in order to thrive in the modern world, she needs to adapt. A new accent could be a metaphor for a fresh start, a way for Lois to leave behind the parts of her life that have held her back and embrace the possibilities that lie ahead. The reactions in Port Charles. News of Lois' potential accent change has already started to stir the pot in Port Charles. Characters who have known Lois for years are shocked and confused by her decision. Ned Quartermain, her ex-husband, has reportedly been the most vocal about his disapproval. For Ned, Lois' accent is tied to their shared history, and the idea of her speaking without it feels like a betrayal of sorts. Then there's Brooklyn, Lois's daughter, who has inherited some of her mother's fiery spirit. Brooklyn has always had a complicated relationship with her mother, and this new development is sure to add another layer to their dynamic. Will Brooklyn see this as her mother trying to erase part of who she is? Or will she come to understand that this might be Lois's way of coping with the changes in her life? Sarah Sherman's unique approach. In typical Sarah Sherman fashion, the process of coaching Lois through her accent change is anything but conventional. Sources close to the show reveal that Sherman has been employing bizarre and unorthodox methods to help Sofer's character lose the Brooklyn twang. From tongue twisters involving surreal imagery to full-on improvisational skits, Sherman is making sure Lois' journey is as entertaining as possible. Behind the comedic antics, though, Sherman is reportedly taking the task seriously. While she may not have a traditional background in dialect coaching, Sherman's ability to fully inhabit a character and alter her own voice for comedic effect is a skill that could translate surprisingly well to helping Sofer modulate Lois' accent. Will Lois really go through with it? Despite the comedic premise, fans are left wondering whether Lois will actually go through with the accent change. There's something deeply tied to Lois' identity in the way she speaks, and to lose that could alienate longtime fans who love her just the way she is. It's also possible that this entire storyline is a red herring, a way to explore Lois's insecurities and desires for change without her ultimately going through with it. For Lois, the accent is more than just the way she talks. It's a reflection of who she is. Whether or not she chooses to change it will be an important decision, not just for her character, but for the legacy she leaves behind in Port Charles. A fun twist or a deeper transformation. As Lois continues her journey, fans will be watching closely to see what direction she takes. Will she truly say goodbye to the accent that has defined her for so long? Or will this experience with Sarah Sherman lead her to embrace her Brooklyn roots more fiercely than ever before? One thing is certain, General Hospital has always been full of surprises, and Lois's decision to hire a quirky dialect coach like Sarah Sherman is just the latest twist in her ongoing story. Whether it leads to laughs, tears, or a deeper transformation, fans are in for a wild ride.